I did not realize I hadn't brought the French in for this war. But, yeah, it's interesting. Hopefully it will help me. Oh, look at that. That was crazy. What the fuck is this? Oh, this is the mercenary army. We got the fucking Lutherans as well that are about to rise up. That's fucking crazy. Fast they've risen in the ranks. Hold on a minute. I think I was supposed to do something else here. I think religious missions might have been... Okay, well, let me go back. Hold on. Fuck. I think this was actually supposed to be for um, fabrication, casus belli against the Hre, but I forgot about that. I don't think I really care about religious it's like that. Or whatever they're religious. fabricator casters pillar. So, let's check this out. Let's see Bohemian a little bit. Heavy availability. What about their reluctance to join the war on behalf of... He's still the Holy Roman Emperor. But Bohemia does not get listed as a co-belligerent here. Wondering if that's because there's a reason for that. Perfect. Oh my god, look at Saluzzo. That later. Pretty terrible. Yeah, I've got so much battle wars. This is kind of loosely what I want. It's going to cost me 35 total cost a piece, but I mean, in the schism, that's a good thing. Another 35. Oh no, what the fuck? Oh fuck this cunt. No, that's ridiculous. No, no, good thing I've got that fucking save. That's ridiculous. That is so fucking shit. I fucking hate that so much. Fucking bastards. Oh my. If there were anything I would change. Man. So essentially, because sus is a lot like disloyal by like 1%, they just gave away land to the Egyptians. So sus is like that. It's that Armenian Miaphysite, land in the exclave down in Cilicia. Yeah, they capitulated to the Mamluks. I'm going back. I fucking hate that. I gotta make measures to essentially stop them from giving land away to the enemy. I hate that so much. That is so stupid. Oh, I'm winning the war as well, but, yeah, whatever. Fuck. Yeah, give me a sec. Yeah. Alright. So, bring France in. Oh, you know what? They didn't even... Hold on. I gotta spend this money. So much money being lost here. Alright, and I'm gonna up the inflation. Just so I stop these guys fucking capitulating like that. So how much is that? Wait, hold on, I'll check that again. The diplomacy, manage, subjects. Drop it slightly more. Manage subjects. Okay, so this is about as far as they'll take it, so we'll drop this again. Okay, so 0.13 inflation. God, I hate that. I feel like I've gotta like babysit these guys till I fully like recover. They've lowered the taxes, I think. Oh, well, they've dropped it back. Not lowered the taxes, lowered the maintenance is what I meant to say. Hitting me. But who are these guys? Are these mercs? Oh, these are mostly professional armies. Well, I gotta like build up my armies back to an acceptable standard. Once again, just gonna check the ledger. Want to see where they're at with 59,000. Well, I got a lot of manpower myself, so I think I'm not really. I'm just a little annoyed that they've got so much, even after I've killed like so many of the guys. They're still in 75,000 like professional armies, which is the most confusing aspect of it. Oh no, no, no. That's not happened. No daughters, bloody, they're all sons. Gantaras, Crypteras. Alright, well, we'll marry into the Rurikid family. Yeah, I'm at war with the Mamelukes. I've been fighting the English as well, so it's just a bunch of things. I've been fighting the Aetri, so I took all of this Roman de jure land. Luxembourg is the one exception, because they are in a personal union with the Emperor himself in Bohemia, so kind of hard to do that. No, I invaded them. And then I did a few invasions of Spain as well. I've got a lot of vassals and fiefdoms. I did lose a fiefdom down in what was previously Portugal, now Spain. I mean Castile. Unfortunately, I lost it because they had low relations. but we'll fix it. We'll fix it. I think I feel like I want to drop this. How's the battle war score? Still doing well in that regard. Ah! What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm going back. This is ridiculous. It's because, like, the loyalty of these guys, they're so fucking fickle. They just give up, like, as soon as, like, someone happens to, like, they didn't even get sieged down. They're just getting, they've just got the fucking, troops occupying their fort, and that's it. That's enough to fucking make them, like, lose land. I hate that so much. That is fucking infuriating. And also really a wake-up call. Like, I gotta go and fucking annex these guys as quickly as I can. It's just gonna get worse. Fiefdoms are terrible. Terrible, I tell you. Like, vassals are great because you can, like, reduce the power of your vassals pretty easily. They rebel against you, you can fight back and destroy their troops. Fiefdoms, not so much. Once a fiefdom, accumulates military power, you have no kind of way, unless you, like, break their fiefdom status and just, like, release them. There's, like, literally no way to... No, they didn't switch sides. What happened was, they just gave up. Because their loyalty is below 50%, they can sign their own separate peace deal. As England, I did this to a great advantage when fighting against the French, because France has a lot of disloyal vassals at the start of the 100 Years' War. So when, in the original patch, in the 1.0 patch, what I did was I would just take as much land as I could from the vassals of France, in order to accumulate land in mainland France and get a personal union with the French crown. But in this, now the Egyptians are using this against me. But, like, it's just, I don't know, like, I have to keep hand-holding these, this guy in Cilicia in Cis. Because it's just, this is unfeasible. This is really bad. I mean, my maintenance is just awful. God awful. I have to drop this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, like... Now, I don't think I can place as many troops as I want out on the... to reinforce. Oh, fuck! Click the... Oh my god, I'm gonna have to do this again, aren't I? Oh, that is so stupid. I meant to click Fabricate Claim. Fiefdoms suck. I think there's a way for me to reduce army maintenance using one of my ministers, so I might actually consider that in order to fix my short economic issues. So I'll do this. Minting, go and look at. Wow. Okay, that. These guys are fiefdoms. Good thing I'm annexing them. Gotta get them out. Remove them from the map. Reckon why is a fiefdom? Well, probably a bunch of disloyal fiefdoms. Awful. It's really awful. This is even on maximum diplo spending. I'm still like dealing with it. What was the other thing? Tuscany, Avant, Pisa, Grosseto. Oh, it's these guys. Oh, how am I doing here? Okay, I feel like this is probably the one I want to do. We might do army reinforcement cost of -2%. Look at that again. So that's plus 10% manpower. That increase the cap? It doesn't increase the cap, it just increases the rate of manpower gain. What about this? Does this help out? Oh, this does help out quite a bit. How's my manpower looking? It looks really good, actually. Not gonna lie. Troops. Okay, awesome. We are still getting those troops up there. What if I up the army, mate? 4,000. What's the max? What's my cap? I did check that. Fully reinforced is 27,450. This is what we're going to go for. I'm not going to leave until I get this. In fact, I'm going to up the inflation. Wartime taxes. Yay, what fun. Expectations of Korniberg. Whoa. Okay, well, I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna sit here in border region, kill these guys, or run back out and Oh, drop the war tanks. Equalize it. Push him. Take him in. Fuck him up. Who are these guys, by the way? What's my max? 108,000. What are their armies like? So these are mostly professional army. Yeah, professional. Nice. Bring France into the war. Get that out. I can canonize. I think I have it. My Miltech. How high is my Miltech? Well, I've got all of my like unique armies out, so that's my Varangian armies and my Reformed Cataphracts. We're on tier 3, so I've got like the tier 3 like army types. Okay, I'm gonna have to run. I don't think I can beat those guys. Oh shit. Our boy, my beautiful boy. We're gonna marry him off to Volhynia, Zmiechna, Uruk. Marry to the Rurikids. Once again. Sit on. Yeah. Wait, 8. Wait another month. Build up those troops. Make another push. We have 128 battles. Most of those battles, I believe, are victories on my end. And obviously, it has to be because we're at 50%. But I had very few losses. So this is the professional army that I'm about to kill. Listen. Who are these guys? Professionals, professional. Sit back here and just wait for them to move. Oh. Oh, there's nobody on this fort. I feel like most of their army is out that way, but I could be wrong. What's the plan with that 66k stack? I'm just going to leave them alone. I don't know if they're going to attack me or not, but I have a really good opportunity to take this fortification. I hope there's nobody here. There usually is someone. We'll see. Oh my god, we're gonna take this like incredibly difficult to siege land there. Check that again. 59,000. I'm gonna drop the inflation once again. A lot of inflationary spending with this war going on. Okay. Excellent. Oh, and I can't refill the garrison. What now? I'm gonna attack this guy though. This guy has to die. Ouch. And we're defending as well. Oh, no, okay, well, we're not defending anymore. We're gonna take this guy out. You're going down, bitch. Oh, please tell me I'll win this. Oh no, I might lose. Oh no. Hold on. Let's just check this out. So, we can do this, Antakya. We can do Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Okay, we've got minus 15 reasons. Oh, perfect. Latere. Volatere. Who I have? We've got him here. Yeah, good. Oh, I forgot to build the local governor. Do I want to build it now? It's very expensive. That is very expensive. Why is it so expensive to build a local governor? What ramped up the price? Unsupported building levels. Oh. Oh no. I guess technically I could tell them to follow my army, but there is a way to do it, but the allies are not great though. Their armies are usually pretty substandard. So I'm a bit like hesitant to ask them to do something. Okay, we're gonna take this guy here. Kill him. Fuck him up. Going down. Oh no, I think I got it wrong. Right. again, our reasons... I mean, I could just drop this from the demand, but I really want to take it. I just want to fracture the empire slightly. Or I could just, you know what, it's not really that important for province. I might just, go with one location less. This is something I could do. Honestly, I kind of like the that. But I just want to... Oh. Yeah, we could do this. This could work. Do I have the navy? No, my navy's terrible. My navy is mostly just light ships for propagating, like, maritime control. It's this game's version of trade power, kind of. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with this. Because I can't be fucked to fight this war. And I want to fight the HRE with my new Casus Belli. We have Jerusalem, and we have just everything that we need to mend the schism. This is actually a really good peace deal. So, yep, now we're going to mend the schism. That's going to be 20 stability and 50 religious power. We could also do Roma primacy, but I don't think I care. So, mending the schism gets us oh so much. Legitimacy, that's the main thing that I'm interested in. Making sure I am on maximum Diplo spending. There is but one Christian church. Poland has joined. I don't think Bohemia. Oh my god, there's a lot of these. Uzi, Akaioli. The Teutons are now Orthodox. Oh, what the fuck? What about, let's have a look at all of these guys to see if, I think these are all still Catholic. Very Catholic countries. Still Catholic. Those were Orthodox. Lutheran, Castile, Catholic, England, Catholic, Orthodox, Orthodox. Well, our fiefdoms don't count because they are already. But yeah, it's a good thing I had the Diplo reputation up. They have a higher chance of converting. Perfect. Poland seems not aggressive enough to take out the entire Russian region. Possibly. It really doesn't matter for me, at least, because I want a Poland that isn't distracted by the Teutons, and I want them to help me out with Egypt. So I think what I'm going to do is actually build up my cash reserves and drop my inflation. This is ideal. We're getting a lot of legitimacy because of mending the schism, which is, I believe, a permanent modifier. Yeah, and we're not going to be fighting. No. No, we are fighting wars. Hold on. You're wrong. We are going to be fighting war because of this Taluso. So this is not the CB that I want to do. Actually, we've also got this as well. We've got the Lutheran revolts and the Catholic revolts. Whenever they pop up, so many Lutheran pops. I hate this so much. Alright, you guys are moving up north. Let's go. Let's deal with this. Okay, so what's the... Do I want to form some more castles? Or... This is a fiefdom, this is a... I want to get rid of all these fiefdoms. Yeah. There's also Draken while I'm after annexing the Italians. Just a bit of everything. Cis is definitely one of the priorities, but they are on the border with Egypt. No longer my Myafosite. A lot of Myafosites here though. Those damned heretics. How dare they not follow the Chalcedonian Creed? I feel like I want to maybe set up a vassal. Might destroy some forts as well. They might become a bit problematic. Plus they cost a lot of money. Keep this one though. Keep this to these guys, the unreliable vassal of mine. How's it going? I'm gonna start a couple of conflicts here. Situate. dealt with those guys. Bringing all those troops back out west. It does look a lot better than the last one. It took me around 1560, 1570 before I was able to, like, actually fight the Mamelukes in the last game. Now I'm, like, I've got no problem with that. I can probably beat them in the next war as well. And obviously I've got the whole, Orthodox faith coming up. Orthodox faith being propagated in my vassals because of many schism. Most of these guys are Orthodox. The disloyal ones are still Catholic. Like, oh well, he's not disloyal, but he is a bitch. Or maybe he's too far west. Have a look at these guys. What are these? These guys are blue ones Protestants. No, they're all Orthodox. Well, so they're gonna hopefully get rid of the Protestants. Who knows? They might switch. Their mechanic for getting luckier. No, not that I'm aware of. I probably wouldn't even do the tribute stuff. I'd just, like, hit the land. Oh no, am I gonna lose all of my local governors here? I feel like this is something... Okay. Oh, it was nice now. Check Sienna again. Still. But we still have the local governor, so I think they fixed that. Or it might just disappear after a while. Maybe there's like a cooldown. something. Let's station. I don't want to drop the army maintenance. I've got some levies fighting out in the field. Insane. That is crazy. Oh my god. I've maxed out on Diplo spending and I'm still like I can't even catch up. They're Lutherans. But my issue is with the subject loyalty of my fiefdoms, because they're all, like, I think they've built up their armies, and now I've got country strength of all fiefdom countries versus Overlord, minus 98. Like, it snowballs like crazy. It's one of the things I think a lot of people complain about on the forums, and I completely agree. I think this is kind of a bit ridiculous, how much it snowballs and how little control you have over the school. Like, no matter what you do, you can build up your armies, build up your manpower reserves, but it just keeps getting worse. To the point where, like, fiefdoms and managing, like, fiefdom, like a big fiefdom consortium, we'll call it, it just is not feasible. You can't do it. You have to get rid of them. One way or another, whether you're, like, releasing them, like, making them independent, or, like, actually, like, annexing, like, as quick as you can. I can't place fiefdoms down anymore. It's crazy. Minus 98. A lot of these guys, they don't have that many troops. Doesn't look like it. That's 3,000, 2,000. Where is this coming from? Some of these guys I'm already annexing, like Monza and Brescia. I think EU4 was a lot better at, like, kind of warning you about, and also stopping, like, the snowballing effect of vassals and vassal strength. And there were ways around it as well. You could always find a way to, like, deal with that shit, but in this, it just feels like it's just endless. Endless problem. Monza and Brescia. Again, I might just go and support loyalists. ends. There we go. Whatever. Oh. Can't be the cultural one. I'm gonna take that away from me. But this one is being contested. January. May change in Jan. Hold on. Are you fucking kidding me? So there's no way for me to, like, boost it up? You kidding me? France is gonna steal this from me. Ah, no. Is there any way I can weaken them? I'd have to by declaring war, and I'm not in a position to do that. I can't get them into a war before the bloody deadline. Because of this fucking shit. Oh, you know what? I could do this. Hold on a minute. Fucking... Sorry. Alright, so... Oh, no, no. I want to use the French. I mean, I will break with the French eventually. But here's the thing, right? And you might not realize this. So when the French actually get the hegemony, it'll essentially dismantle my alliance with the French. Because hegemonies can't ally each other. This is the reason why I'm worried about it. I don't really care about the actual, like, hegemony itself. I care about what it will do to my diplomatic relations. Also, actually, I'm almost at diplomatic capacity, so this is actually going to drop me by 20%, so I'm actually going to be over diplo capacity. So this actually, yeah, it's just a bunch of things that screw me over here. Though, to be fair, I will be losing the alliance with France, so maybe not. This might not be as much of an issue as I'm making it out to be, but the issue is, yes, the alliance breaks. I don't have a strong bulwark in the west against the HRE. I mean, I still got, like, Poland and Bohemia. They're really good. And Kiev as well, maybe, possibly, but... yeah, this is the main concern right now. Again, I might just, let it happen because it gives me opportunities like a potential declaration of war against France in the future down the line, but I really want to use them against this war, and this war against the Etchery, at least initially. Yeah. Trying to figure out the difference. There's only it's an extra 5 discipline to take the one on the top. So I'll take that one then. What was it, January? I think I might have actually stopped them. Because I think they can't pay for it anymore. So I'm actually gonna go and drop my depot spending. Look at this again. Oh no, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. Because if I drop it then it'll just go back to the old deadline. But if I drop it next month, then I can. Okay, good stuff. When does my truce end? It ends in 1530. We got plenty of time. We don't have to declare this war so soon. I mean, the reason why I wanted to do it was just to expedite it in order to keep the French involved in the war. But now that I am actually at the state where I can actually manage my diplomatic relations, reputation at a low level, yeah, I mean, yeah, not too much of a problem now. So just accumulate more cash, and then maybe later down the line, press. Press thine clam. Thine clams. Steam. Steam. You know, I was just thinking about the Simpsons movie the other day, because I remember watching that back when it first came out. Like, that's crazy how long ago that went. The Simpsons are still going. They're still doing The Simpsons, aren't they? And even when the Simpsons movie came out, that felt like, oh yeah, the Simpsons is like an institution. Those guys have been been doing that shit since forever, and they're still doing it 20 years later. To everyone's surprise. Okay, so I do want to build this local governor. It's going to be a lot more expensive, which is why we're not going to get rid of it anytime soon. We're going to take advantage of it for as long as we can. But yeah, this is the plan. Steamed clams. Steamed plans. Alright. Are we done with this? We're done with this, aren't we? Oh my god, that has been very efficient here. Let's switch to this province here. Oh. Do I need to encourage Latin militarism still? I feel like probably not. So what I will go with is control related. Let's approve province control up in Alessandria. Oh, and these guys are mostly done as well. So I'm gonna go and switch to, and I'm gonna have a look at my Latin pops. Yes, so we've just got these tiny pops left here. Oh, and I'm liking the fact that these guys are actually doing a lot of conversion too. Also, it's been about 4 or 5 years since the cooldown on my culture assimilation and religious conversion to vassals has gone down, so I'm actually going to go and have a look around, see who can I convert. Not this guy for sure. God, this is terrible. I fucking hate this. Fucking fuck. It was on 93%. It was on 93 last time, now it's on 98.97. It's just gonna keep getting worse. I have to fight some wars. And I need to go and annex these guys. Zadira. That's in Tuscany. Goes, we just got one more left. Then I will consider this finished. So we're gonna start converting with this guy in Siena. In Venice. Check out the... Oh, so I did lose the local governors and those. So what about Siena? Right, so I think I just dismantled them. That's what happened. We're still getting a lot here, though. Mind you, I can't build any local governors because they're all occupied down in the south, but it's in fact, I might. Did I get rid of the one down here? I think I did. Good. Good, good, good. Oh yeah, right. I'm surveying and with vassals to someone. Um. Oh. See it. Oh, this guy is converting to Latin as okay. Oh, I've got a fogger. I've got a spy in the rebellion. Die, rebel scum. You know what? Sardinia is a really good candidate. I don't know why I didn't consider them. Doing enforced culture with them. 1537. And what is this? 22nd of May. Oh, perfect. That was very... I had 22nd of May and 1523. So, yeah. That's, wow. What was the cooldown for the last one? Now religious convert. It'll be a bit difficult because most of these guys have actually converted to it. I don't really candidates for apart from maybe Savoy. So I might do religion. Drop him again. He aged like 20 years when I did that. What the fuck? He grew a beard when I converted him. Save here. Still this perfect. Pick out the court languages. I'm gonna make it my sole responsibility. My quest, my almost immediate quest to go and convert the court languages of both Bohemia and Kiev. I'm not going to do that quite yet with Kiev because I want to bring them into this war against the HRE, but once I have enough favors after the fact. Cool. So, Saluzzo will go and threaten war on Magnola. War. Good for me. I can bring Poland in because they're allied to Hungary. Break their alliance. Given look at France. We'll just wait a bit, but I think I'm mainly probably just going to increase my favors. Got so many of them. This seems to have really helped out. That's great. Getting this war against the HRE. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna keep my spending up though. I really do. I want to keep these guys fighting the enemy. And if I don't spend the money, then my allies are likely gonna just sit back and watch. We don't want that to happen. We want them to keep fighting. Engage the enemy. Reduce their numbers. This is why the HRE is such a useful thing as an enemy. They spew out so many troops, and my guys are usually pretty, well, they're not as reluctant as they should be to fight. I'm gonna have a look at this again. So what Roma becomes the new capital. Patriarch of Roma will be the head of our the autocephalous patriarchate, and invisible church is a Catholic. Essentially, kills the papacy. Just thinking about England, they're a really juicy target. Oh yeah, they used to have about like about 10,000 professional armies, but then I landed my armies on their shores and like pretty much wiped out everybody. So, even the mercenaries I had no problems dealing with. So, yeah. But now they're screwed. I just want to have a look at the HRE's numbers. They've got 570,000. Nice. Prima Palaiologos is that. Perfect. Oh, it seems it's gone back down. I think this is the biggest war that I've ever had to fight. We've got about 1 million soldiers on our side, and that's without Bohemia helping us. No, we're not at war with Bohemia. Bohemia is my ally. Oh. Oh! Oh! Oh, my paranoia died. Wait, hold on. Give me a sec. Wait, what the fuck? And I didn't keep the bloody, Oh, I'm not a fan. Oh, that's not good. Alright. Okay, let me think about this. We do have... Let's have a look at this. Check out the road network. Oh, I would need to connect it up to here, wouldn't I? Oh, maybe it is connected. Too cool. Governor. So I just need the money, but I can build a local governor here and export control to these surrounding provinces and start converting that shit up. What is this? This is Cappadocia. Larande, check that out as well. We can build in Iconian. Yeah. Okay. I'm killing Siena. We don't need this anymore. That's gone. Check out the other local governors. Where are we? We've got one in Thessalonica. I might actually get rid of that one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's drop Thessalonica because it's not as powerful economically as these Italian regions. I might as well use it for cultural assimilation purposes. Reminds me, I've got to send these guys out. I want to build some more light fleets as well. Light ship fleets. So in December, I'll start assigning those local governors. This really can be such a central city. Oh, we can build a bunch of... Well, like there's a city potential in Baris, for example. It's a cotton industry. Cotton is still what about this? Selling one? That's all. Yeah, I don't know. Do I have New World plan? I do kind of vaguely, but most of them include just letting my enemies colonize that shit for me, then stealing the land from them. Because for the most part, I just can't be bothered. Oh, I think they assaulted the fort. And I noticed the dial was... Not a lead. Bit of silver. December. That reminds me, like, maybe this would have been like about a year ago. I saw a bunch of the, well, I used to watch like USA, is USA Today or USA? I don't know what the network is called specifically, but like these USA comedies like Monk and Psych back in the day. These were really big in the mid 2000s. Like, cause you know you had police procedurals in the 2000s and late 90s really like dominated television. Like if you wanted to get like a syndicated TV show out there, making a police procedural was usually like a very like solid way of getting that. But syndication is essentially like, okay, so you want to make royalties off your television show, you need like a certain amount of like episodes out for your TV show before you like really start to rake in money. That's what syndication is. And so like a lot of these TV shows in the late 90s and early 2000s were like police procedurals because they would be made relatively cheap. You could pump out like 24 episodes a season, and make a lot of money doing that. And in the 2000s, procedurals, I mean, the formulas were kind of getting a little stale, at least in my opinion. You had stuff like CSI coming out and Criminal Mind. There was an FBI show that I keep forgetting the name of. Just a bunch of these procedurals that were coming out. They were like, you know, Jerry Bruckheimer style TV shows, very action-based, generally, or like very like, I don't know, bottom of the barrel procedurals. Not to say that the bottom of the barrel, because they're kind of surprisingly somewhat well made, but also like in retrospect, would you really go back and watch CSI? I personally wouldn't, because they're, compared to TV shows nowadays, they're not that good. And that's just kind of the nature of procedurals. But in the mid 2000s to the early 2010s, you had a bunch of these like kind of really high quality character based police procedurals, in that you know, there was more focus on the character rather than the actual, like, crimes themselves. We had stuff like Monk, which was this TV show about a guy living with OCD, like, and he's just constantly afraid of everything. But he's also a really good detective. If you've ever seen Linus Tech Tips, like, usually, I think he has a couple of segments where he cosplays as Monk, and he's, like, OCD about, like, computer parts or whatever. I can't remember what it was specifically. Like, he rarely ever comes out with the suit and the wig, but he does it occasionally. And that's, well, at least a lot of people don't realize he's doing a Monk impression. I didn't realize at first because he doesn't really look like him. But yeah. But where was I going with this? Yeah, and another example, Psych, which is like another character-based procedural, which was about this guy, con man really, who's the son of like a police officer, who you know, he's kind of a deadbeat really. He's you know, he's unemployed, and he sees something on the news, evidence in a murder that the police have clearly like missed, but he's an incredibly observant guy, and so he kind of weasels his way into becoming a consultant for the police, and that's the premise of Psych. He's like a fake psychic, a layabout, who weasels himself into becoming a consultant for the police, and it's a really great TV show. I actually highly recommend it. But it's one of these procedurals. It was a very much a staple of those like 2000s, early 2010s character-based procedurals. Another character-based procedural that's actually come out fairly recently is called High Potential, which I thought was alright. It has Caitlin Olsen from Sunny in Philadelphia. She's the D Reynolds in that. But she plays like pretty much the same character as Psyche, which is like a very intelligent, hyper observant character. So she's more like, incredibly knowledgeable. She's like an encyclopedia, living encyclopedia, where he's like just like he can notice things that most people don't. Yeah, where was I going with this? Right. So I saw movies that were like kind of reunion movies for these TV shows for Monk and Psych. And yeah, what was I even gonna say about them? Yeah, I mean they're good, but some are better than others. I mean, like, Monk was a surprise because it was actually genuinely like a good movie, I think. You could probably watch it on its own and be like, oh yeah, I get the themes. I don't have to understand like what happened in the TV show necessarily to go and enjoy the movie. But it is also a movie for fans of the TV show. Like, but yeah, it was a really, really genuine, like, surprisingly good movie. The Psych ones, though, feel a lot like fan service movies. You know, the movies are more interested in, you know, telling you what happened to the characters, you know, what, a decade after the TV show, as opposed to actually, like, coming out with, like, a good procedural story. How are we doing for the Battle War School? Okay, pretty terribly. Oh, how long did we have this for? Fuck. Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna go and, 4 years, I believe. Yep. Surprised that these guys haven't. I don't know. Something they're trying to put out Poland. At all. Oh yeah, and this guy is actually losing his. Don't mind criminal price. Can't stand the things coming about it. Yeah, I actually saw the Lord of the Rings trilogy fairly recently. Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, they still hold up. I mean, some of the special effects are a bit wonky looking, but whatever. It's like 20 years old. I used to, you know what? I saw the first. I remember watching the first movie at the cinema back in 2003. I would have been like, 6 or 7 years old at the time. But it's one of the earliest like movie going experiences I remember. Man, Lord of the Rings. Those were like massive. And I'm just kind of like thinking about it because obviously in retrospect, those movies did incredibly well in the aftermath of stuff like 9/11, right? Like it was good escapist fantasy, right? But obviously as a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, I would never have understood that context. Like that was, I didn't even know about 9/11 until I fucking, until high school, really. It's just not really, it's a very American thing. And I just couldn't give two shits about those, about politics. So, yeah, but, really, I've just been watching a lot of stuff about that period of time. Like, the early 2000s, a very, very fascinating period, at least in the realm of television and movies. I saw The Sopranos actually fairly recently for the first time. Yeah, you notice like a massive tonal shift. Like so the show went for like 6 or 7 seasons. There's this massive tonal shift in around season 3, season 4. And the big reason why is because 9/11. You notice in the intro section, like in the previous seasons, the Twin Towers would feature pretty prominently in the little when he's driving in the intro crawl, but it disappears after season 3, and I noticed that like instantly, like holy shit, this is the post 9/11 season, and the tone just completely changes. Where before it was kind of like a casual and as much as you can say it's a casual TV show, but it's like in a way like tonally it's a mob thriller. But in the post 9/11 seasons, the gangsters are like paranoid about like a fucking like jihadist terrorist bombers, and like they're talking about like, you gotta worry about those asbestos attacks. The terrorists might, conjure up new ways to attack the city, so you gotta keep an eye out. It's like, it all factors into the story, and it's really like, wow. And just thinking about it with this retrospective, very retrospective lenses. Like, I don't know, I appreciate that stuff a lot more than I would have 20 years ago. Another TV show that came out 20 years ago, Dexter. I've been watching that again. Oh, you know what? I don't hate modern shows. But I do like rewatching older shows. I've been going through like my like early 2000s catalog. Um uh so what was it? So yeah, Dexter's another TV show, like amazing, amazing, better than I remembered. Um and this is like cuz I'd been watching Dexter Resurrection and like Dexter New Blood. I saw New Blood like about a year or 2 years ago, and Resurrection um about uh, uh um, I think just shortly after it came out, actually. But yeah, I fucking love those early. I'm on season 2 right now. With the Bay Harbor Butcher stuff, and yeah, it's so fucking good. And I'm just kind of surprised, actually, just kind of looking back at it in retrospect, because obviously I've seen the entire show. This is my first rewatch since 2006, at least of the early seasons. So I think the second season came out in 2007. So yeah, obviously whatever. But um, where was I? What was I saying? I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, it is. I was surprised by the fact that there isn't as much of the like criminal, like victim of the week stuff. I think that happens. That's a lot more prevalent in the later seasons, but in the first 2 seasons, it's a lot more serialized. It's like, oh yeah, um, Sergeant Dokes is on my fucking ass. He's gonna fucking catch me. I can't kill anyone because he'll figure out that I'm the Bay Harbor Butcher. So like Dexter's like constantly trying to like, um he's a lot of the first 2 seasons is the dynamic between well, maybe more the second season than the first, but it's the dynamic between Dexter and Sergeant Doe. So it's like masterfully played by um was it Eric King? I think that's his name. Surprise, motherfucker. um I think I might have mentioned before on the stream that I used to have this ringtone, like alarm, for the morning wake up call, which was sunrise, motherfucker. um, which I thought was I've lost the sound clip, unfortunately, and I've been trying to find it on YouTube, but it's never come up. But like, yeah, um. Don't know how they made it as well. Don't even think there's enough clips in the fucking show to really, like, produce that, but whatever. I'll go with it. I'll get it, I'll take it if I can find it. But yeah, Dexter's really great. I've been watching Deadwood. That came out in 2003, 2004. That's an HBO TV show. Oh, 2004, yeah. And it's like, again, I saw it practically when it first came out, and I would have been incredibly young. I didn't really understand a lot, and really, honestly, I think the show, like, watching it now, I'm like, holy shit, I watched it, like, back then. I was like, what, like 12 or 13 when I saw it, and it was like, it's one of the most adult shows out there. But yeah, Deadwood is so fucking good. It's a show about well, it's a show about the town of Deadwood, but more specifically, it's really a show about this guy named Al Swearingen and the surrounding like inhabitants around like in his sphere of influence. Um, it's an ensemble cast, but I would say Al Swearingen is the main protagonist of that show because the show revolves around Deadwood's or his attempts to get Deadwood annexed by the United States. And so Deadwood at the start of the show is essentially like an illegal settlement in like the Indian territories. And so a lot of the show revolves around like frontier politics, and it is very violent, incredibly fucking violent. And Al Swearingen, the protagonist of the story, I would argue the protagonist of the story, he's a pimp. Well, he owns a brothel. And like a quarter of the scenes are him like essentially having sex with his fucking his um like his prostitutes while like delivering these monologues because he's like an incredibly angry man and he's like just like discussing this monologue about like the political situation in the town and how like he can't get his way because these incredibly stubborn people are like um they don't realize how good this annexation is for the town. They don't realize what I'm doing for this fucking town. Or like and he does a lot of like expository dialogue about like his early life and like um how he managed to set up this business in Deadwood from the ground up. And it's all very like amazing stuff because it's played Al Swearingen is played by this guy named trying to remember his name, Ian McShane, and he is like he essentially like he's a British like old school like theater actor, um, who I don't think he ever really did like American productions before this, but this is his like foray into HBO, or really premium like television, and he's like one of the greatest actors of all time in my opinion. Um, just seeing his performance in this, but like, he was also Ian McShane. I think he's still alive, actually. Now I think about it. I thought he was dead, but I just kind of just went back and started thinking like he is still alive. So Ian McShane, yeah. So he was in the John Wick movies. He played the like the guy who owns um the assassin club, the Continental. That's Ian McShane. But before Deadwood, he did like BBC television productions. I think he was most famous for playing Benjamin Disraeli, um, for this like BBC produced mini series. Um, but yeah, amazing actor. And House MD. Yeah, I used to watch House MD when it first came out. Again, that's another like mid 2000s TV show. Like all these TV shows are like very formative of my childhood. Like very like or came out during very formative moments of my childhood. Like where it's just like honestly, I'm so surprised at how incredibly good we had it. In regards to like content for all television, movies, and whatnot in that period of time. Not too long after this, you think like, oh, the Marvel Cinematic Universe like came out with its first movie with Iron Man in 2008, and like, oh my god, like, yeah, there's just so much stuff in that 2003 to 2008 period that we just kind of take for granted, I guess. The best HBO TV shows came out in that period of time. Um, though The Sopranos, I think, was like, I think that ended in 2008, but it started in like 1999. Um, what was the other thing? Yeah. I'll be back in a sec. I just got to use the bathroom. What do I play? Oh, it's the game... Hold on. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I didn't realize the game was still going. Oh, this is actually not too bad, because I can fix this. Give me a sec. What do I play usually? Rome Total War. You know, I used to play that. I think that's a really good game. I like the original Rome Total War. Rome 2's good, but I don't think it really quite held me as much as the original. I don't really play many other games other than EU5. At least I haven't really considered what I'd want to play, because I think EU5 just takes up so much time. I've been playing, you know what? I've been playing the original Doom, because I got it on Steam fairly recently, and I actually kind of think that's pretty fun. like 1994 Doom. But because I never really finished that game. I remember when the freeware version, when I had that one, like you could only finish the first chapter. There are like 3 chapters, and yeah, I've only played the first chapter so far. So getting around to the second and third chapters would be interesting, I guess. I've got a bunch of games on Humble Choice, so I'm considering playing those, like Crisis 3. I remember when Crisis 2 came out, that was really, like, a big fucking deal. But now I don't think anybody really talks about Crisis. Like, it just feels like a bit of a footnote in the grand scheme of things. You know, when people think of, like, really, like, formative video games, like, as far as, like, video games that really, like, push the boundaries, you think of stuff like, like the mid-2010s, like, someone who actually has played Crisis. Awesome, yeah. So, do you remember when Crisis 2 came out? Like, it was, like, fucking massive. Like, one of, like, I mean, because I remember the original Crisis was, like, a real pain in the ass. It was, like an enthusiast game. But when Crisis 2 came out, it was, like, pretty much the game that could be played on most, like, systems, and it was, like, one of the best-looking games. I never actually played the second game. Oh, I didn't play it at its entirety. Like, I played it, I remember playing it at this, like, this internet, bar, this internet club. There used to be, I'm not sure if they're still around, but there used to be this, like PC club. We could, like, you could get membership, you could use, they had this, like, membership card where you could, like, put money into it and then, you know, spend, like, an hour, 2 hours playing video games on their systems. But, Crisis 2, yeah, Crisis 2, it felt like, a fairly, achievable, game to play, I guess you'll say. It's achievable. We can you know, run it on our systems as opposed to the first game, which was just for enthusiasts. And then the third game came out. I feel like nobody really, like, that didn't really, that wasn't as big. I think, I remember, like, Crytek, the company that was in charge of making those games, went bankrupt after the third game. Unreal Tournament, I remember that one. Unreal Tournament, was, I think that came out, like, in the early 2000s. I had a demo for the original Unreal Tournament on the Xbox. Like, back when you used to go, like, to the store, like PC Gamer, and actually, like, buy a disc for, like, demos and stuff. I've got, like, a bunch of demo discs back in, like, in the basement, full of stuff that I'd really like to play again, but, Um, but Unreal Tournament was one of those games for the original Xbox. Um, and actually, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at Holland actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I want to actually annex these guys. I want to see what the effect of that is on and the antagonism of Bohemia. Yeah, it was pretty fun. But again, I didn't have online access, so it was all like local. I would play it with my brother. And yeah, it was really, really high quality. Like, compared to a lot of its contemporaries, it was one of the best looking games. Yeah, well, yeah, other Total War games. I used to play Medieval as well. Medieval is probably one of my favorites. World of Warcraft. I never played World of Warcraft because I feel like I was too young for that, or at least my parents wouldn't let me get a subscription for World of Warcraft. Because admittedly, if you think about it, why would you get a subscription for something when you can just buy a game? Like, I mean, this is something I actually have. Oh, you mean normal Warcraft? Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah. But like for me personally, yeah, I couldn't play World of Warcraft because I didn't have the disposable income to pay for that. So I played RuneScape a bunch back in the day, which is my Warcraft. Um, and I had a lot of fun with that. Those were the days. I remember getting a snow globe. Um, for April Fools, and I would spend a lot of time in lobbies just lobbing fucking snow globes at people, snowballs at people. Oh yeah, you know what? Speaking of Total War, you know, I used to play the original Total War. Back in 2003 or 2004. So this would have been Shogun, I think. And it had that, like, paper map aesthetic. It's a bit like, I guess it's a bit like this, actually, like EU5, but the provinces were very, very simplistic. It's like the map mode, the strategy map mode was very, very simplistic. Check out Bohemia again. I might actually go. Let's double check. This is Upper Bavaria. I want this. What about CK2, CK3? Yeah, so my first Paradox game was CK2. I have played CK3. I like CK3, but I don't like it as much as EU4 or 5. But CK2 was, what's the hard one? I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember what I had issues with the most, but I liked all of them. I think Shogun might have been the hardest, but not necessarily because it was difficult, but because my computer kept crashing playing that game. Like, it was probably one of the buggiest games that I'd ever played on the old computer. Like, and this was the old computer. I remember my parents used to call it the Beast because it was like really high-end specs for like 2002, 2003. But funnily enough, as these things go, like, these specs for the computer practically, like, you know, went out of fashion after like 2 or 3 years. Like, it practically was like no longer top of the line after a couple of years. So it was like my dad was very hesitant to buy like new computers and new computer parts because he just like was like, okay, that's just not, you know. it just feels like things are going so quickly. Nowadays, you know, I think it's a good investment, but back then, you know, maybe not so much. Plus, he didn't play a lot of video games, so... but yeah, I played a lot of stuff. Actually, what I did was, back in the day, we had this, like, CD ripping software. Well, my dad got it for me, at least. And so I'd spend a lot of my time, like, renting video games from the local video game store, from the local, video store, I should say. It's not a video game store, it's a video store. You can rent video games, because their main source of business was, like, you know, renting VHSs and DVDs. But I was renting CD-ROMs for games like Shogun, for stuff like what else was there? There was an there was. Just gotta do something. Oh, yeah, CD-ROM for Aliens versus Predator. I remember that was a big game that I used to play, and I had I've lost all the executables now, but yeah, like, oh, so many good games just from ripping, like, a bunch of stuff. And I remember, like, filling up the hard drive with all these, like, pirated games. But Shogun was one of those games. Modern Total War sucks when they remove the ability to remove split armies, move the general speeches. The general speech was really good in Rome. I can't remember them in Medieval. I think they did have them in Medieval too, but Rome was, like, so fucking good. $60 61.23. Okay, I really want to get the Palatinate. I just keep sieging stuff down, guys. You know what to do. You know what to do. You got this. Got a friend in me. Got a friend in me. Alright. Yeah, that's... What's that from the Toy Story soundtrack? I remember. I think that was Toy Story. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, funnily enough, I was talking about a TV show called Monk. The soundtrack for Monk was actually done by the same guy. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to sing it the same way, but it goes something like, I'm trying to remember what it was. It's a jungle out there. Disorder and confusion everywhere. No one seems to get what I do. Hey, who's in charge here? Yeah, but that was great. Oh my god, I love that period of time, the early 2000s. And that guy was a very prolific composer for television. So I'm just trying to remember his name. Oh, Jeff Beal, Randy Newman, that's the guy. But he was the Toy Story composer. I think he might have been involved in this. Oh. Speaking of TV shows in the early 2000s, Yeah, and I think I might have mentioned this before, but I'm seeing a lot of credits with Bear McCreary. Bear McCreary was a big composer of the like science fiction and period piece TV shows. Like he's very like clear, got a clear interest in certain genres. But he did a lot of those early to mid 2000s. Sorry, mid to no, I'd say mid 2000s to early 2010s soundtracks. It did the soundtrack for God of War as well, actually. So that's something you guys might be familiar with. Both the God of War games. Have a look at this again. It's... Mark have surrendered. Mark has surrendered, sorry, I should say. Yeah, so what are we taking? We're taking this. And take all that, thank you. Goodbye. Take out Bohemia. Bohemia really doesn't give a shit about these Western territories. So I can take like most of this stuff out here. And I'd probably still be fine. But as soon as I take anything from like close next to Bohemia, this would become a problem. So I want to try and yeah. You were talking about Metal Gear Solid. I might as well make a comment on that. I didn't really play Metal Gear Solid until Metal Gear Solid 5, I think. I'm considering purchasing Metal Gear Solid 3, the new like the remaster game that came out recently. I'd really like to play that. That would be amazing. I hear that's a really good game. If they ever come out with like a Peacemaker remaster, I might play that as well. Mountain Blade Bannerlord. I played that on release, and then I just kind of stopped playing, and I never came back to it. I don't really know why. Conceptually, I should really like Bannerlord, but there's just so many things, at least, again, on release, I'm sure they've probably changed a lot since then, but there was so much stuff that they did wrong on release that I just didn't really, I felt like, I don't know, like, it's just, I'm gonna come back to playing that game sometime in the future. I want to see how it's, if they've made enough changes where I would, you know, feasibly find myself coming back to it. Like, one of the main issues was it felt like you had only one mode of gameplay, which was, oh, you start off as a nobody and then you rise to become a king. But I felt like there was so much potential for a game like that, where you could do like a sandbox style, oh yeah, you can become a criminal mastermind. Because they have a lot of those elements in the game, right? You could do stuff like that, but they never really committed to doing anything like that. It's all Lord gameplay or like rise from nobody to Lord gameplay, right? You couldn't just be like a merchant. I think that's one of the issues that I find with this game as well. Is that I mean, as good as it is, I just feel like you know, there's so much potential in mechanics like the asymmetry of the extraterritorial nations, like the banking nations and the trade nations. That yeah, it feels wasted. That they just didn't really come up with much. That these extraterritorial nations were really designed for the player to interact with and not the other way around. I guess in some ways that's almost true for the well, not even that's actually I was gonna say it's almost true for the landless mechanics in TK3, but that's actually not true. Um, Actually, now I think about it, I don't think the player can interact with landless mechanics, which is interesting. Yeah. In fact, actually, my interactions with extraterritorial stuff is really RP character that wants to destroy and perfect. Just sort of like watching the AI try to. Oh right, okay. I'll have a look at that. What do you mean by AI mod? Like, what is it? Just does it just change how the AI interacts? Or are you talking about like deep learning AI? Round. Oh, another game that I used to play, like those Elder Scroll games. I mean, in retrospect, they're not really that good, but like back in the day, those were like fucking amazing. Like premium fucking um premium game. I want to just checking this. We do have some gold. We've got silver. Lots of gold. This will bankrupt the Hungarians for sure. The issue, of course, is Bohemia. It's gonna be mad. So mad. Oh, okay, you know what, yeah. Just cancel all that. We'll take the cash, take war reparations, cash, war reps. What else is... Why? I mean, I want to take these territories that are furthest away from Bohemia, so I don't have to deal with antagonism, or as much antagonism. This is really what I want to do. It's essentially just like I'll call it the envelopment strategy. So the closer they are to Bohemia, the more likely I am to just take war reps and cash. But the further away, like Holstein-Rendsburg is a really good example because they're so far away, and just like take that out. Adds ChatGPT into the game. You type to the AI and it'll reply as the character you're talking to. Oh, that's actually really neat. I mean, I was thinking something like that would be really, really awesome for strategy games, but I think that makes a lot of sense for something like, for, Mountain Blade Warband. That's a really neat concept. Yeah, definitely would consider that. I mean, maybe not for EU5, because EU5 is already pretty, like, complex. Or EU4, like, but Mountain Blade Warband feels a lot more personal. Because you are playing as the one guy. And yeah, that's really awesome. This? Oh right, yeah, we probably have. Let's go and switch it. We're gonna switch it to the Levant. Or no, switch it to this one. Alright, cool. Oh, right. I was originally planning on building those fucking these things. I just forgot. Completely forgot. So we'll do that now. Yeah. Probably want to build a city here as well. What about here? We'll build it once I've got the actual cash for it. So, oh, these are merc troops. Okay. Gotcha. Oh. Any nations that I find challenging on any live, the Eastern Roman Empire. I haven't played that many countries. I've only played England, Venice, and this. Let me think about this. Actually, I might go and vassalize. Oh, yes. Vassalize. This is perfect. We can form a Saxon vassal. Just a minute. We're going to vassalize you. Thank you. Take your... What I recommend for a starting nation. Not the game yet. England. England is really good as a starter nation because England is a backwater in 1337, so a lot of your gameplay is going to be building your economy up to compete with your neighbors like France. England has a lot of vassals at the start. Surprisingly, a few vassals in England proper, like the Earldom of Chester and Lincolnshire, I think, or is it Lancaster? I can't remember, but you have 2 vassals in England proper. Learning how to, like, do stuff with those guys is useful, I guess. Maritime control. England is a maritime nation, so learning how to use take advantage of your navies and to propagate control across the English Channel, you know, all that stuff. Very useful stuff to know, useful mechanics to know. England has a lot of rivers. Well, I say a lot of rivers. It has a few rivers, but knowing how to take advantage of those rivers to export control is a very useful thing. Very useful thing to learn. So, like, building your economy on, like, places like on the Thames. Yeah, I would like to see how to play something like the Hanseatic League, but I feel, from what I understand, there aren't that many mechanics for said countries. I'd rather wait until they come out with a DLC before I actually mess around with the extraterritorial nations. Oh, Bohemia. Boheim. Okay, so I think 100 is the limit. How is Bohemia in their great power score? If I can drop them above 8, get them to stay there, that would be awesome. Also, maybe just prioritize taking these western territories, like in Holland, like in the Netherlands. We're gonna call it the Netherlands because, oh, I don't know, Belgie would be the Latin name, wouldn't it? Or Northern Belgie. What would be north? Boreas, Belgie. Belgie Borea. I don't know. It's kind of a bit tricky to say one way or the other. A bit cumbersome. Belgie Borea. I feel like I might white peace or just take cash. 4 reps. Wow. These guys got screwed over then. Oh, that's another thing, because I'm getting a lot of passive legitimacy here. I might consider Or is this guy not making any kids? She's not that old, so what's going on here? My inflation is steadily increasing. Gonna check my armies as well as Iraq as well. Bear in mind, I am on max. Draconis or Draconoir. This might be my next vassalization target. Might improve relations with him. Oh, he's already being annexed. Oh, what am I doing? I'm gonna plop down a local governor down. They used to have 300,000 troops. I think most of these got whittled down in these battles and all. Yeah, that's the plan. I am actually leaving them alive for colonization. Plus, I can't really take... I mean, I can only take so much land from them, so they're gonna colonize one way or the other. Even regardless as to whether I want to annex them or not, so I might as well just let them. I'm mainly going for lump sum and war reps as I declare wars on them. I declare war on England next, as my main belligerent. I'm trying to think of TV shows that I'm watching right now. I mean, you were saying you don't like new TV shows. Might make some recommendation TV show. Oh, Spider Noir. Spider Noir is really good. That's I think that's Nicolas Cage's first television role. And yeah, genuinely probably one of the best superhero TV shows out there. Superhero things out there. Because of course it's fucking Nicolas Cage is gonna be good, but like it's I don't want to say too much about it. It's essentially like it is Spider-Man, but what it really is it's a detective noir story. It's set in the 1920s during Prohibition, and you know there's this gang war happening with this guy named Silvermane, who's played by Brendan Gleeson, who's like a prestige actor on his own. Really, one of the great actors of all time. Oh, this guy's amazing. So I'm going to turn him into a paranoia. Because he's a eunuch. This is one of the great things about the court eunuchs bureaucracy is that you can essentially get eunuchs as for only 5 legitimacy. This is really cheap. Otherwise, you'd have to spend like 25 legitimacy to make eunuchs from like currently existing characters, but pray for the censored. Censorship policy has prevented negative views and opinion spreading too far during the hardships of war. As a result, our people remain strong, believing that victory is inevitable. Well, I mean, to be fair, victory is inevitable. This isn't just propaganda, this is real. Yeah, no, it's very good. What was the other thing? Oh, I haven't seen the new season of it, but Daredevil is really nice. So if you like Spider Noir, because Daredevil is kind of in the same boat as Spider-Man, in a sense. They're both like low-level superheroes. They're like street-level toughs, as it were. But Daredevil, I would argue, is more vigilante than superhero. But but the new ones are really good. I'd probably watch the original, like the Netflix series, the first 3 seasons of that before you get into the Disney Plus shows. But that's, yeah, again, probably my favorite superhero thing, up there with Spider Noir. Oh, right, I'm checking Bohemia. We're on 91. So we are very close. Very close to maybe potentially going over the threshold. Allied. Fighting together plus 20. Is there anything I can do to potentially boost my relations somewhere? I don't want to ask for money. Maybe I should do that. Because I've got so many favors. I'm not gonna fucking... What else am I gonna do? Isolate from... That I'm the only ally they've got. Oh, I could do this as well, but again... Not sure if I care that much. Any improvement on my control levels? I mean, there's an improvement on control levels here. Because I'm manually improving it with this minister. I'm waiting until I annex this guy fully before I get around investing in another local governor in Marseille. Start exporting more control this way, and from what I remember last time, this was actually really easy to convert. To assimilate, I should say. Yeah, I'm looking at these territories. So this guy is thoroughly orthodox, but he's having some real issues trying to compete with the Lutherans. I'm assuming we're getting a lot of religious conversion. This conversion to so this is conversion to Orthodox, and it's still like majority Lutheran. How come Balkan region has no control? Because it has no integration, and it's also not caught up. So this is always going to be a problem for a while. Unless I, like, actively assimilate this stuff, it's going to be a bit of a black hole as far as my taxation, my manpower goes. But it's nice to have, though. I just like, it's aesthetically pleasing to have borders that look like this. But from an economic point of view, I'm running this at a deficit. It's not great. Same with Italy as well. Like, there's very low control here, but I do intend to actually fix this up in a bit once I'm done with this northern Italian region. This is more of a priority than the Balkan region because the amount of taxation I make out of this is actually fairly low, and it's also really underdeveloped. Through no fault of my own. It's not my fault. This is all underdeveloped when I invaded it. But this is really great. Mostly great. I mean, not as great as North Italy, but still, yeah. Yeah. No, again, this is a black hole. Same with my Holy Roman territories here. Which have got a lot of control to start off with. I've just annexed this stuff, but it will drop down to about 0 after the month ticked over. I pitch this down, so that's good. So we can just, like, white piece this, possibly. So we have a war with England in 3 years. How many alliances do they have? They've just got an alliance with Castile, so that's perfect. We can just kind of, like, chain it. So we can do, like, Castile and then England, Castile, England every, like, 5 years. This is why France is a really useful ally. Because they can help me against both of these guys, and they're likely to join because they don't like either Castile or England. Okay, so let's have a look at this guy. Where are we with Daytona? Caribbean. Why England? Why not? There's, I mean, I might as well. I want to bring Britannia. This is the crown jewel of the empire. The mysterious land of Britannia. Oh, okay. What's going on with Frisia? Why aren't they joining the coalition? Why wouldn't you help out Frisia? Oh, I'm thinking I might just take this. So, how much will it cost? Increase relation. Alright. 33. Yeah. What was I? Got distracted. I was talking about Daredevil. Superhero shows. Just shows generally. Aggressive expansion. Yes, yeah, I'm getting coalition. So I had a coalition with the HRE. That's why I'm fighting all these guys. Yeah. My consequence is I get to fight a very convenient battle against the HRE, which I intend to annex. Oh, actually, you know what? I can probably end the HRE as well. If I just realized, no, this guy is actually not the Emperor. This guy is the Emperor. Saxony will be the next Emperor, though. So I can actually, I can do the thing. I can dismantle it. How old is Saxony? He's very old, so he'll take it and then he'll die and then give it back to Bohemia, probably. Shame. Saxony have surrendered. Well, as just as I was talking about him. We'll take the war reps, and I'll take your, you can humiliate them. Excellent. That's 11 years truce. Inflation's going up very slowly here. Cologne. Tax along. Oh, perfect. So, these guys are in the Saxon culture group. Go and give this stuff out to... Oh, I cannot give it to Lüneburg. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, and I should probably go and improve relations with this guy. Alright, what's my opinion? Very, very low antagonism. Yeah. I think this is the last one out of this region. Did I annex these guys? I have not annexed them. Who did I annex? It was with this guy. Right, I just remembered. Good thing I remembered. Check. Latin. So, switch it out. We're actually gonna start assimilating Martian, the Median. Let's go with as an accepted culture. So this should core up all these territories and make it a lot easier for me, at least. Oh, and then we can build a local governor. I want to see what's going on with Iconion and La Sora, so we're about to get that as well. I'm not going to do anything with this yet, but we're building up passive control. How's it going? that was. Addersley. So... Okay, Voting Venice. There was something. Fucking voting Venice. Simulate. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this was the old capital here. Spalitium seems like a good location for as well. I want to drop this one too. I don't think I'm really using this. I want to get another local governor. Say, once the month ticks over and... Is it Monza? No. Oh, so I am actually not annexing Drakenwell. I might have gotten that mixed up with Monza. Yeah, okay, good thing I was improving then. Improve relations with Spain. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This game. That I would like to see. Well, I think I mentioned before, but I'll say it again. Mechanics related to extraterritorial nations, stuff for holy orders. There are holy orders on the map, but they don't really do anything. And I'd like to see some extended mechanics for that. I would like to see mechanics for and additionally, on top of that, stuff for the Hansa would be interesting to see. Oh, what else? Yeah, Paradox releases generally, DLC releases tend to be a bit, yeah. I think EU5 is one of the better releases, in recent memory. Despite what people might say, I think it's still very good. Um, um, but I don't want them joining a coalition against me. Gotta stop these guys. Yeah, gotta get the money. They're like, it's essentially, you know, it's the paradox equivalent to subscription fees, right? Like, they gotta justify their existence, so they gotta come out like, you know, a relatively bland release, eventually a complete game over the course of like 10 years. But whatever. I mean, it's a lot. There's so much fucking stuff to add to this game that you could add. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see like a proper representation of the Eastern Roman Empire in this period of time. This DLC is a very, very Latin-focused Roman Empire DLC, which doesn't really make any sense, considering the political situation of the Eastern Roman Empire. Johann and the Paradox team are generally, I don't know what it is, but they're obsessed with like the Latin Roman Empire. And you can see with a lot of the way that they describe things in the game that they have a weird disdain for the actual Roman Empire. They don't consider these guys to be the Romans. I think the HRE is the real Roman Empire, which is just funny to think about. They've fallen for the you know, 8th century German propaganda, and they're a big you know, I don't know how else to put it, but they don't like the idea of the Greek Empire. So a lot of this game, you look at the goddamn values, and it's all geared towards Latinitas. You don't want to go Romanismos because traditionalist is absolute shit. Absolute dog shit. Spiritualist is also shit. The stability and investment cost is actually not that good. Tolerance of the true faith is a really negligible trait. I don't really care about this. 0.5 is barely enough. This is 0.5 at the maximum for Romanismos. Again, it's not very good. And then compare it to Latinitas, and these are all good things. Like, humanist is really great. Innovative is amazing because it means you get more technology research. Like, selling efficiencies, expected diplomatic spending. You can see how much money I'm spending on diplomatic spending. That's 1,000 ducats, 1,000 gold. It would have been so much more than that. Well, not so much more than that. It would have been an extra 100 gold. But you know, my economy can't really handle too much of this for too long. So, yeah. But yeah, again, it's whatever. I'm not like that mad, but I would like to see like a real attempt at a Roman DLC in the future. Just like classical Roman LARP, most part. Like, even this fucking guy, he's wearing a goddamn toga, right? You can see that? Yeah, not a fan. I would expect the Latin pops to wear a lot of the same stuff that the bloody Italians would be wearing. But the, you know, paradoxes, or at least Johann's, like, Roman Empire idea is very, like, frozen in time. The only true Romans are, like, classical Romans. And anything else is, like, Yeah, it doesn't exist. It's not Rome. I mean, I actually have no aversions. I have no, like, issue with a Latin revival movement. I actually really like how it's implemented in this game for the most part. So I think there should be a bit more, like, feedback on how it works. Um, like, conceptually, it's a really cool idea. I just I don't like the value system. It's so lopsided. There is one obvious option. That shouldn't have to be the case. So I can sponsor a university and get the extra innovative. And I might actually do that. But I'll have another look at my values. My parliamentary agendas. So I can get loyalty of subjects of +3 and subject income. Cool, cool. And what's next? Oh, we've got the Anglican faith coming up. Oh my god. Theobald, the second originator of the Anglican faith. So he's having some divorce issues. Oh, he's got Anne Boleyn as his wife. Oh, the game crashed. You know what? It's actually getting pretty late, so I might actually stop now. It's a good place to end it, anyways. I'm in the middle of the war against the HRE, so you know where it's going to end though, 'cause they've lost most of their troops. Most of this period of time is just going to be spent mopping up the rest of what's left in the HRE. I might just like take everything, really, honestly. You know, Bohemia be damned. Um, or really most of the rest of Europe be damned. I don't think I care about so much nowadays. Although I might just consider just getting enough to, um, you know, get um, the dissolution stuff, which means I'm probably going to start prioritizing annexing um, like HRE vassals. So those like Alpine vassals are like the big ones. But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna go and head off. Um, I'll be streaming tomorrow all day again. And everything's gonna be on the VOD. So if you miss out, you can watch it on YouTube. Um,